All right, everyone. So another thing just kind of happened here. I was working with Richard, and what I noticed is that his domain end was lower than his domain start. So essentially what happened was he inversed the direction. I didn't even know you could really do that with the domain alone. But yeah, he just reversed the direction of that element here. So now it's kind of like a springy surface. Right? Anyway, so that's a simple way of doing it without doing a mathematical expression. I really like that, actually. So cool discovery. Anyway, so this is essentially the surface that I'm going to start to generate. And in fact, I'm going to pull this all the way down to 0. I'm going to work with something kind of like this. I'm going to also pull this towards the middle of one of those things. Okay, so basically what I have to do is I'm going to take all of these points and I'm going to reconstruct surfaces with it. But I want to kind of look at different ways that I can do this. So in order to do that, I'm going to look at how the points are structured and ordered, so that I can understand if I can just repanelize them. And in fact, well, let me just look at them. So display, points list, I'm going to grab these and then put a slider on from 0 to 5. Okay. So here we have it. Basically, the order looks like this. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10. So the question is there a way for me to create some kind of mathematical logic to reconstruct the actual panelization? Maybe, maybe not. And I'm thinking at this point, maybe the cull point was a bad choice. But let me recreate a surface off of this anyway. Maybe we can use it later. So let me go to surface, and let's do creating a NURBS surface from a grid of points. So in this case, you're basically just going to plug in an entire grid of points, and that'll be these. And then you have to set a U factor. The U direction is basically just going to determine how many subdivisions it's going to have in that direction to start off with. So I'll do a slider 0 to 10. I think it's only going to need 2. So it'll give you an error until you get as many as you need. Oh yeah, look at that. That's not what we wanted it to do. Oh, I see. That's creating it using edges. I don't use that the right way then. Anyway, let me go back. And I think what I'm going to do instead is not use cull point. That way, you're going to have duplicates as it raises it up, and then you can reconstruct each of the individual panels, and you can work from there. So I'll get rid of this, and I'm going to put my vertices into P and my vertices there. Right now it looks really super mega ultra crazy, and I think what I have to do is flatten here. No. Whoa. Hang on a moment. Times 3. There we go. And then I'll have to partition it on the other end, I think. So what I did was I got rid of cull point. I flattened the list so that they all get raised individually, and then I'm pretty sure at the end here I'm going to have to partition the list of these points in order to get them to remap again. So let's do that, and the partition was a value of 3 because this is a tri-grid. So we'll go to set list, partition list, put the list of points in there, and then it's a tri-grid, so the number's not going to change, so I'll put this in here as a 3. Now, if you look at what we have here, right, the list chunks, we have 180 items at n equals 3. And then back here, the output value, oh, it's not flat. It's flattened. Hang on. Let me just see what it was previously. So here our vertices is 180 items at n equals 3. Okay, you don't have to add that in. I just did it real fast. So theoretically, I'm thinking I should be able to do a surface from points and create a triangle off of this. So let's give that a shot. Let's plug this in. Let's put a slider of 2. Oh, you know it's triangle, so we can't do that. Hang on. I think we got to do it with 4-point surface, actually. This is the unfortunate part, guys. So I'm going to use 4-point surface instead. This is how I think through when I'm doing things off the cuff here. So anyway, you're seeing actual development in action. This is what it looks like. So A, B, and C are going to be my first, second, and third point in each one of these groups. So I'm going to use set and list item. Plug this in here with a slider from 0 to 2, right? Because there are 3 items in every triangle. Here we have 1, 2, 3, and those are going to be A, B, and C. And it did not work. Oh wait, they're still the same thing. Ha. 2. Aha! There we go. Successful recreation. So now what I'm going to do with this is just kind of soften it up a little bit so it doesn't look super crazy like it is right now. Something like that should work. And in fact, you could even, lopside it sort of like this if you want. It's up to you where you want to place it. I'm just trying to make something that's kind of interesting for the moment. So at this point, what questions do you have? No questions. You guys are just trucking along here, stepping in tow. All right. I'm going to start making questions mandatory, by the way.